Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com here on a Monday to go over the road to millions. And I already see in the uh, comment section, we had a great weekend. So shout out to Jim Malero. Great MMA weekend. What's going on, Joey? Very profitable weekend. Yeah, we had a great weekend. We always start off by going over what happened, and we were plus 12.4 units. I'll start with the golf recap. 3-1-1. The push was our 5% play, which, kiss your sister on that one. I don't even know how to describe the emotions on that. Matsuyama, it was close for Thursday, for Friday. Saturday, it was close. And then Sunday, Cameron Young blows up. Matsuyama's got a 5-shot lead. And then Matsuyama says, hold my beer. I'm going to blow up worse than you. Blows a 5-shot lead, actually ends up down one. Birdie is one of the hardest holes on the course on 17, and then par's 18, so we get a push. What did that mean for golf? Well, we were up 4 units, so that was a really profitable pack for us. UFC, I have big-time regret, Steve. There was one very obvious play. We didn't play it. I have no idea why. It would have been an easy hit. That was, of course, Costa over Jimmy Flick. We should have taken Costa inside the distance, but whatever. Formula One was really good, 4-1. So we brought in some units there. And Steve, I'll let you recap MLB for us.
Yeah, so we had a great weekend in the MLB, 5-1 weekend. I think it was a little over 5 units in the MLB on the weekend. Unfortunately, the one loss, it really should have been a sweep. I mean, you can't complain about 5-1, but the Angels on Saturday, God, it's like I cringe thinking about it. They're up like 8-2, cruising along, and they do a walk and hit batsman sandwich out of the 7, 8, 9 hitters from Kansas City. Yeah, a walk, hit batter, walk with the 7, 8, 9 hitters to start the inning. Not just the 7, 8, 9 hitters from any team, from the Royals. I mean, these guys are bottom barrel hitters. You got to throw strikes. You got to throw strikes to them, and you know what that does. No outs, bases loaded. So that just sets off a rally. It's the writings on the wall when that happens. You walk bases loaded with 7, 8, 9, and the bats are coming after that. And sure enough, they were. Angels battled back, actually took the lead back, but then lost it in the 9th. Ended up losing that one. I think it was 10-9, unfortunately. But we'll take the weekend, though, 5-1 in the MLB. It's a frustrating one to lose on Saturday, but could have been a sweep, but we'll take it.
Devil's advocate on that loss. We have not lost one like that. I can't even remember the last time. Like that,
it has been a while.
It's been a long time, and it happens in MLB, these daily sports, especially in baseball. You lose some unbelievably frustrating ones that happens, and I got to say, I stopped checking. That's how confident I was that the play was over. I just stopped checking, and then you send me a text message, and so I was like, man, that sucks. I was like, wait a minute, that has not happened to us in a long, long time. So we're going to monitor that because I am a little worried that it hasn't happened to us in a long time.
It is true. We have teetered on that line a couple of times too, where there's been some situations where we almost had one blown on us like that late in the game. It's one of these problems with the MLB that you got to deal with over the course of the season. These bullpens can be extremely inconsistent, to say the least.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we have anything? I don't think we had anything. We had Andrew McGinnis on last week, talking about his CFL 5% play, big cash in that one. So we don't get credit for it on our bankroll on Wager Talk for a winning percentage, but our personal bankrolls, big time hit. So we even use CFL as a parlay in Formula One. So that has to be the first ever Formula One Canadian Football League parlay
in the history of man.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
So, let's see. So you want to talk a little bit about, we're done with Yoshida and done with Marcus Semien, kind of just to really hammer home streaks, knowing when to get in and get out of these streaks?
Yeah. So with Yoshida, we were riding his under half a strikeout per game. He just basically couldn't strike out. And with Semien, we were riding the over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. With him, it was more that the number moved on us. It had moved after an 0 for 7 night. Very weird that it moved up to 2.5 at plus money the next day. But of course, that next day it loses, and he's actually been losing more often than not on that prop. So it was a great time to jump off with Yoshida. Unfortunately, he was cashing this weekend. I did see he did cash, and we jumped off the train, but we still profited on him. You know what I mean? So we ended up, I think, with an 8-5 record on him or something like that. So and equal bets along the way. So we had some nice profit on him as well. We stepped away from that streak, but we can always look back towards them in the future.
Yeah, and so Marcus Simeon we got off of, and part of the reason was the line change, and it became really juiced. So, I mean, we take a look at Marcus Simeon. He is, I mean, very, very short term, 2-2. That's a losing proposition because of the juice. And even if you go back just a little bit more, I'm seeing like 3-4 on his runs, hits. What is it? Hits, runs, and RBIs. So,
Yeah.
So when you have these streaks, you have to really get that 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. So I feel like we did a good job kind of getting off of Marcus Simeon. So we're going to take a look at some new teams to ride some streaks. And we do have a 4% MLB play that is up on wagertalk.com. We have 2 plays that are up today. Corbin had a 3% tennis play. Unfortunately, one of the parlay pieces withdrew. So right now we got a 4% MLB play. I just got done with UFC. I think we got a couple really nice UFC spots. It's not a huge card to bet on. I think we'll have like probably 1, maybe 2 plays. And then we do have another PFL event. We did a pretty good job on PFL. I don't think we lost any PFL picks last week. So PFL was a really, really big bright spot. So, all right. So looking forward to this week. Golf, we have the week after the major, the US Open. It's a tricky week. Sometimes after a major, you don't know what to expect, but there's actually quite a few big name guys that are playing. When these big name guys play after a major, sometimes you have to be careful because are they playing because they want to? Or are they playing because it's a sponsor event and they don't care? The week after major, I'm going to take this one pretty serious. I think some of these guys are playing hard for the FedEx Cup points and they're getting ready for the Open Championship. So I will have probably 2 to 3 plays in golf. We went over UFC. I don't believe there is a Formula One race. We get back to NASCAR, but I still have not figured out. Oh, we do have what's the date today? No, we have a week off of Formula One. So it'll be a pretty light racing weekend. And Steve, you went over baseball. We have some really nice games kind of in the next couple days, but then I believe kind of looking 5 to 7 days ahead, we got some nice matchups coming up, correct?
Yeah, I was looking over yesterday. I was looking over the week in whole. I look over the entire week and kind of plot the week for us. And this weekend there's some intriguing matchups for us that we should be able to have some new streaks that will start up then.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Shout out to Jim, Greg, Joey. What's up, Anthony? So let's move on to a free play. We're doing great on our road to millions. We talked about having the great weekend. Plus, you got to add, the 5%. So our bankroll is looking fantastic, but we think we can add a little bit more before our reset day on Wednesday. So we have that 4% play up. It's only $9. That comes with another play. So let's do a free play here and pause just a second here so I can clip this. Happy Monday, everybody. Andy and Steve from wagertalk.com. We're going to go over a free play in MLB. We have a 4% official play that is up. It is $9 Monday on wagertalk.com. Encourage everyone to go get that. We are on a blistering run, plus 12 units over the weekend. Baseball, 5-1 over the weekend. So just love where we're at in the month of June. 20-11 run in MLB. That's where we think we can do some damage today. We're kind of going back to a oldie but goodie here with fading the Royals. And Steve, you and I have seen some pretty horrific pitching matchups over the last few years. Yikes. This one may take the cake. You have some bad pitching, but it is fade Jordan Lyles day, isn't it?
100% here. You got to fade Lyles on a consistent basis. The guy hasn't won yet this season. We faded him in his last start and cashed that ticket as well. Tigers, they're like just a step above the Royals as far, they're a step above the Royals and the Athletics, just a small step. But like obviously with Lyles on the mound, we have a little bit of an advantage there. Tigers did win 3 of 4 over the weekend in Minnesota, and they have the better bullpen. They have the better hitting. So let's ride with it here. We only have to win the game. We don't need to cover the run line in this one. So let's take the Tigers on the money line.
These two pitchers are 0-13
combined. Yeah, I think Lyles though has 11 of them though, right?
11 of Lyles. Oh my God! Both pitchers ERA over 6. Jordan Lyles is almost to the magical number of 7 for his ERA. It's a pretty bad pitching matchup, but I feel like we're getting the worst team and the slightly worse pitcher. I will say this about Olson. I mean, his numbers look bad, but he's started 3 games. He's only had 1 bad game. His last one against Atlanta, he gave up 5 hits for 6 earned runs in 3 1/3 inning. But I got to say, before that against Philly, he had 5 innings with only 1 earned run. The White Sox, even though they lost 3-0, he pitched 5 innings, only had 2 earned runs. So even though his ERA is technically 6.08, I feel like he's pitched a little bit better than that. He also has 11 Ks on the season. So
yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of there either. The Braves, they smash everybody basically. So no shame in that one.
Yeah. So let's keep going on a road to millions. We're having a fantastic week. Let's keep it going. Bankroll reset day is Wednesday. 4% play up, $9 on Wager Talk. Go grab that. Let's have a great Monday, everybody. Let's make sure we don't push too hard everything. Let's protect the profits for this week. Let's not go too big on anything. And we should have a really profitable week on our road to millions. Thanks a lot. We'll see everyone tomorrow.
Good luck tonight.